hear the sound of my voice, or just see me, rather. Should I put a little light on? Don't judge the background. Packing up, moving. But between me and you, world's out of control. Shit's out of hand. My hand is out of that. It done jumped off. You know them little jumping spiders? That's how the climate of the world is. Let's see what's going on.
Always treat you the way he sees you.
Us men cannot tell the difference between a woman that wants to be a wife and a woman that wants to be for the streets anymore. And the only reason why I say that is because a lot of women act the same, and a lot of women are dressing the same.
You ain't lying.
A lot of women are out here saying, oh, we don't want men, we don't care what men think. And then they're also going outside wearing these revealing clothing and having their booty cheeks out.
She belongs to the streets.
Men are physical creatures. We're going to go off of what we see. So if I go outside and I see you with your booty cheek out, you think I'm thinking about loving you or lusting you? I'm lusting over you at this point, right? And this be it. Going on Instagram, y'all come up with this new pose of wearing very revealing clothing, and then now y'all bending over for the camera. The only thing, I'm not thinking about, oh, you'd be a great mother, you'd be a great supporting cast, we can build together. No, I'm just lusting over you.
I put you to sleep. You know what I mean?
Deep sleep.
I put the deep sleep on you, baby. The big sleep.
And a lot of women are seeing, oh, she's getting all this attention. I want that same type of attention. I might get love from it, but you're not. You're just going to have all these men lusting over you, and you're going to have the same problem.
For some reason, women have this opinion that men don't have the right to choose. Men just have to accept what women give us, and that's it. You have the right to wear what you want, wear as much makeup as you want, dress how you want, put on as many tattoos as you want, sleep with as many men as you want, have as many kids by men that don't want to marry you. You can do whatever you want, but what you cannot do is tell me I should accept you for who you are. No, I have stuck.
Let's get into that for a moment. That's what we are. You're not seeing hypergamy at its finest. You're seeing the kryptonite of modern people. But if we want to specifically speak on women, because men seem to get what is coming to them a lot quicker than a woman can. A man can't beat his wife and molest children and rape and rob and steal and kill for 20 years, seemingly, most times, a black one, a melanated fellow, and get away with it without something tragically happening bad. But a woman can make horrible financial decisions, horrible sexual decisions, horrible decisions, and she get a pass. She can be forgiven. Some nigga will still take this bitch after having 4 baby daddies. Somebody will still take this bitch after having all the diseases you can ever name. Somebody will still take this bitch no matter what she do. She be a crackhead, lose everything. She still will find someone to pick her up out the dust. Men don't have it like that. So what you have is the kryptonite of accountability running supreme. Women don't want to be wrong. Women don't want nobody telling them that. It comes from a lack of structure, lack of discipline. Because if you had people there throughout your whole existence, adolescent, young adult to adulthood, that were in your life, positive role models, telling you, nah, yeah, that's cool, nah, don't do that, and you adhering to this, but a lot of you jumped off what they call the porch, not for the streets and slanging dope, but jumping out here trying to be grown. That's jumping off the porch to me. I was trying to stay Peter Pan. Y'all bitches was trying to get ready to pay bills at 13, 14, not me. I was trying to be a child. But now you got women telling us, shit, don't this shit seem good? Why the fuck would you having all these children with niggas who don't want you make me want you? That's just one thing I ask all the time. If the nigga who you let bust a nut inside of you don't want you, what the fuck am I supposed to do with you? Get his scraps? I'm a scrap keeper. Okay. Cool.
Standards. You made decisions, and if my standards do not meet the decisions that you've made, we are not a match. It's as simple as that. I am allowed to choose the woman that I see fit to carry on my legacy. But for some reason, I'm toxic, I'm misogynist, when I don't want the woman that you have become. Please tell me how that makes sense. Subscribe, let's have a discussion.
Sex energy rules everything. Two things that are the most difficult to discipline is your seed and your food. If a man can discipline those two things, there's nothing in life that he can't do. Exactly, wow. Because the lower rules on the chakra, this is the lower part of you. So that's why they say I did it because my second head was thinking and not my first head up top. So the point is that if you can discipline this right here, you can use that energy, you can put it to other parts.
One thing that you should never do is never let sex control you. The more disciplined you become at controlling your urges and not just giving in to any cheeks that come your way, feeling like you gotta dig, decimate, destroy, and dismantle whatever gets offered to you, the more clearly you're gonna be able to see women for exactly who they are and what they're trying to do. When you possess just as much control to say yes as you do to say no, women will no longer be able to simply control you with their body or try to manipulate you into getting what they want by simply using access to their body as a way to do it.
Women get labeled so fast it's not even funny.
The only label
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about sex.
Okay.
If a woman is a dancer,
What's she selling?
she doesn't have to be.
What kind of dancer? Because if you say she's selling, that is in that same.
What kind of dancer?
You shaking that ass for cash, you putting a price on you.
Put it like this: that woman who is not having for anybody, she'll get the same title or label as a woman who is having with multiple people.
To me, she has a price. Let me tell you why. She had a price to take off that shirt. She had a price to take off those shoes. Now tell me what the price is to get that. If you're willing to get paid to do this, what else are you willing to get paid to do that?
That's not true.
I just did a video yesterday on that. I like taking my shirt off. I've been doing it since as long as I can remember. Shirt off, shouted before Gucci Mane. Hey Siri, can you play Shirt Off by Gucci Mane?
Shirt Off by Gucci Mane now playing.
My shirt off, I'm finna take my shirt off, We love to show off, come, everybody shirt off. I take my shirt off and all the
Hey Siri, pause. My point is, the difference is I don't mind taking my shirt off because it's hot the fuck outside. And that's acceptable in society. And I'm not fat. But when you go into a building with no windows, you get out your bed, your comfort of your home, leave your children to go take your clothes off in front of weirdos. Yeah, you are weird. That if you can get real pussy in real life from bitches that really like you, that you walk into a building with no windows and pay bitches not to get no pussy. I'm talking about insurmountable amounts of cash. No pussy gotten for the majority of you niggas. Because they don't want to fuck you. They put a price on themselves. What will they put a price on that will price you out of it? If an old woman or a nigga or a young fine woman asks me to take my shirt off and put some cash out, I'm gonna look at her crazy. If I take my shirt off, I take my shirt off for me. for my benefit. I'm not taking my shirt off because that's what you want to see and you got some money to give it to me. If I take your money to take my shirt off, what the fuck am I saying about my integrity, my morals, my scruples, my purpose, my principles? That just because you desire something from me and you got some dollars, I'm supposed to just give it to you? You got like fucked up. But let's hear.
You might not be, but you're wearing the uniform, and I'm confused. I mean, Dave Chappelle said it, and he kind of had a point.
Just because I'm dressed this way does not make me a hoe. Which is true. Gentlemen, that is true. Just because they dress a certain way doesn't mean they are a certain way. Don't ever forget it. But ladies, you must understand that that is confusing.
And here's the thing. If you're going to get into that line of work, OnlyFans, going into stripping, whatever it is, if that's what you choose to do with your life, then do it. But don't lie to yourself. When women do that, they've decided they're going to put a price on their bodies. And whether those women want to admit it or not, all of them will be willing to go to whatever lengths if the price is right.
Fiance found out about my college days. Hasn't talked to me in 3 days. I don't know if this is the end. I've been with my fiance for 2 years, engaged for 2 months. Sister's boyfriend goes and tells a bunch of stories about my college days and how many guys I hooked up with. Just so everyone knows, I don't know the actual number. My first 3 years of college was literally one giant party. Without being too descriptive, I admit I was excessive, but at the time it was just what we did. I was single during that time and me and my friends did a lot, with a lot of guys. Most of them I couldn't even pick out of a lineup, but again, I was in college. Anyways, one of the parties I went to, I ended up hooking up with 4 different guys at the same time. We still text every day, but it's different. Everything is different, and at this point I'm almost positive we aren't going to get married. And again, at this point, I'm okay with that. I know I messed up and I know I lied, and all I can do is live and learn.
Summer season pass means you can play every day if you want. Oh.
Live and learn. Bitch, you ain't no live and learn. You fucked up. Yeah. Most have. Let me say this.
Zeta, okay.
A lot of y'all, and I'm not gonna exclude men that lie about their credentials and their background and what they had going on, but between you and me, I say at least a 34 to 64% of women out here that's melanated women that was loose. No, women. My bad. All women, all races, all ethnicities, and creeds and colors and shit. Are only with that dude. The dude is only with him because he doesn't know who you really are. Shouts out to Holly Fletcher. Shouts out to a few other women I can't name because I what's that bitch name? Start with a C, but there's a few of those. But who would marry y'all willingly, knowing the type of numbers you've put up? Your name should go up in the Raptors for how you been cutting up. But now, one nigga supposed to treasure you when you let Raheem them power drive you? Not I.
I caught the tail end of it with T.D. Jakes, the last guy. So how's everything going? Where are you located?
Ooh, I'm in the South.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to say what city you stuck with. No, shit. I live in Atlanta.
It's in the West. Okay. In the South. Okay. Well, I'm in D.C. I don't know if you've ever been. It's a lot.
I mean, sisters live. No, I'm lying. I've definitely been to D.C., but it was a while ago. My sisters live there.
33, no kids. I'm actually 5'11". Hey.
How many do you have?
No kids.
No kids. Okay.
Why
don't you have kids? never been in a long-term relationship that you felt
I
like?
have. I was in one for 4 years, but that was about 5 years ago. Yeah.
Red flag number one, she's saying that, asking him, why doesn't he have kids? Because he's 33 years old. Why?
Why
Because
should
when
he
you become a
have
woman who
kids,
becomes
bitch? What are you
so
talking
used to,
about?
so comfortable with dealing with men who are sexually irresponsible.
He ain't found
you
a bitch
encounter
to
a man who is
impregnate
not,
good enough. How
he
about
seems
that,
like
you
an
whore?
alien almost. Because what she's
How many
demonstrated in this
dicks
short
have been
amount
in
of
you
time
with
of
no
talking to
children
this
to
man
show
is that she
for it?
is a woman
Dog is
who
hope.
doesn't recognize a man who knows
Dog
his
is.
value and understands the resources he has to offer and what he brings to the table.
He calling her a dog ass hoe and he don't even know her. You one
Yeah,
too.
I'm in the IT field. Been doing that for about 8 years. A computer geek, pretty much. Still in DC. I date here and there. Haven't found anybody I connect with.
What are the qualities that you want your girl to have?
Somebody understanding, somebody spontaneous, someone that has their own sense of self. Pretty much, I know a lot of times I don't care about a woman's income, but I want her to be rich in mindset, you know what I mean? Because something can happen to me one day, and then, I need
So,
to my
I
kids.
feel like you were just gonna provide everything for your woman and you don't want her to work.
No, what I'm saying is, yes, I would like for her to work.
Okay.
But like I said, what I mean, I want her to have her own sense of self. Like, I don't want you to sit around and feel like you don't have to do anything.
You sound like a great guy. What is your red flag? Why are you single? Like, what do you think?
Like I said, it's been a mixture of me being single for a while. It's pretty much been a mixture of me dating with, to be honest, dating with intention, without intention, being in the wrong place at the wrong time, maybe meeting somebody and it didn't work out. I'm the type of...
And I know some of you guys have probably experienced this also, because this is something that a lot of women don't understand and that they just don't grasp, is when a man reaches a point where he knows what his value is, he understands what he brings and what he has to offer, he's not going to just settle for any type of woman. Chances are he probably had his fun, maybe a relationship or two that didn't work out, but now that he's made himself into the quality and kind of man that he envisions for himself, he's just not going to sit there and accept any type of woman to come into his life unless she meets a certain standard also.
If I feel like I'm trying too hard, I kind of back off. It's kind of, I'm not trying to look for anybody perfect, but it's like, you've all been there when you're dating multiple guys, and it's like, one does it for you, and one does it does it for you, and it's kind of like...
You just said we've all been there when we date multiple guys. Pineapple.
I said you.
Trust me, I'm listening. I'm listening to all the words that just running out of his mouth.
I don't know what he said. No, but I think he was just saying we as far as like us dating, but not...
No, I said we've all been there when we date multiple guys. I heard it.
Let's see if she actually was listening, or did she hear what she wanted to hear? Because
that's what they do.
It's kind of, I'm not trying to look for anybody perfect, but it's like, you've all been there when you're dating multiple guys, and it's like, one does it for you, and one does it.
Breakfast spots.
The nigga misspoke, okay, bitch? Bitch said pineapples.
You know, I like to say I'm surprised, but I'm not. Now, if her argument is that he said we and not you, obviously she wasn't listening. But he clearly said, you've all been there when you're dating multiple guys.
No, but I think he was just saying we as far as like us dating, but not...
No, I said we've all been there when we date multiple guys. I heard him loud and clear. It was a slip up. He didn't mean to, but I heard him.
Okay, but you did...
It was a slip up. He didn't mean to, but I heard him. Man, I hope a nigga mutt this bitch out so bad. What's up? Where her face at? Yeah, her. That one. Just mutter, bruh. Mutter and get out of there. Like Sylvester, not Sylvester, but Arnold Schwarzenegger. Get to the chopper. You gotta get out of there like that. Like you trying to get to the chopper. Like you trying to get to the chopper. Yeah. Fuck out of here.
I mean that, I'm pretty sure.
You can believe that, not me
Oh
though.
my god.
Not me,
And gentlemen,
though.
the reason why we review
Big
clips
armed
like this
ass bitch.
is just so we can
talking.
recognize
Your arms
and
too big
uncover
to
the
be talking.
ridiculousness that some modern women
Bitches
will
be
demonstrate
fat
when it
and got
comes
a
to
lot to
choosing
say.
men. I don't even think we need a Marvel movie to take us into the future and tell us how this woman's future is going to pan out. As she
Not
seems
well,
to possess all the symptoms of a
bitch.
woman who is preparing herself for single motherhood. And if it wasn't evident without me saying it, I'll say it. She did that man a favor. Now this show's obviously a joke. I don't get why any of the guys go up there, if you're really asking me. Most of the women on this show seem like they're thirsty and hungry for attention from men. And I'll be honest, most of the men who go up there seem like they can't wait to give it to them. Moral of the story is, most women don't even recognize when they are walking red flags because they're so busy believing that they will have an unlimited supply of men constantly chasing after them. But as we all know, the wall always remains undefeated.
Surprising, my husband with a new MW2. Fitted in plain sight. He's been talking about this game for months. I told him I wanted to record us playing just now. It's literally right in front of you. Sir, is you blind? Leave this boy definitely blind. Jake, you know he not wrong. Yes, I did. I know I'm glad you don't have to say it. Here it comes. Happy boy.
Anyway, guys, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. As always, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. You know, I always love to keep the conversation going. Hearing back from you guys. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to continue enjoying more content. And you already know. Until next time.
Hands up. Cannot go for more than 90 seconds.
What happens after 90 seconds?
Don't want to stay. Now say, talk to me.
Talk to me.
83 seconds, get it off him.
Well, we could open the door, but we didn't shut it.
Don't want to stay.
Squidward! Free cleaning service? Census taker?
So a lot of the wives are triggered on this app. Firstly, Pearl, I see you're getting a little razzle-dazzled, but be careful. You know these traditional men, they don't like anything fake, including makeup, so just be mindful. But tell me more about what these wives are being triggered about.
Saying I'm young, inexperienced, don't know what I'm talking about.
So the thing is, you are young, you haven't been married, so you are inexperienced, but okay, go on.
But I listen to what the men say every single day.
See, I agree that you talk to a lot of men. The difference would be what kind of men you're talking to. Because you see on your podcast, I noticed that anybody that has a different view than you is completely outnumbered. So of course, the majority of people that you talk to are going to have your perspective.
On top of that, we're not loyal anymore. Women leave 70 to 80% of the time. 90% of the time if we're college educated. How are you a good wife if you're not loyal?
Well, you see, generally how that would work is that if you left, you wouldn't be a wife. That's how it would generally work. But go on.
Now,
That made no sense. She just put a bunch of words together right there to try to sound clever. But it really made no sense. If one of the major characteristics in a good woman, a good wife, is for her to be loyal, and she understands that her vows will be tested as they are in any marriage, because there's no such thing as a perfect relationship.
Other women in the comments will always say, well, but there's issues. Da-da-da-da-da. What about me being happy? We just didn't get along anymore. I'm sorry, good wives believe that the family should come before their personal happiness, not themselves before the family.
Interesting, because I thought you said it was the husband that was the head of the household and the head of the family. So why is it the wife's responsibility to put the family first? Why didn't the husband think about putting his family first before he went out and cheated? Or before he abused his wife, whether it be physically or emotionally, or before he berated her in front of the child? Sometimes putting the family first means putting yourself and your child first. Because raising a child in an abusive household or in a household full of dysfunction can actually be worse for the child than to just leave and raise them in a co-parenting situation.
I mean, guys, are we really surprised? I find it remarkably interesting that women who possess this particular kind of mentality choose to ignore facts in favor of creating their own narrative. And really, this is just an old trick that's being rinsed and reused, where the women are the helpless, hopeless, powerless victims that must save their children and seek some type of refuge to get away from this evil, bad man who has all the power and who has shown no respect for them. But the fact of the matter is this: the rate at which men and women cheat, where it still is in favor of men cheating, is only about 3 to 7 percentage points apart, depending on what statistical research you're looking at. And over the past few decades, it has been a 40% increase in the rate at which women do cheat. And studies like this one show the moral double standard, that 70% of women say that a married man who has an affair is always morally wrong, while fewer than 56% say the same when married women have a relationship outside of their marriage. So when you just add in those few variables that I just mentioned, you realize the great lengths that some modern women will go to create these fantastical scenarios where they get to maintain their role, playing the victim, while at the same time avoiding the very thing that they despise most. And that's accountability.
Learning to enjoy being single, because the excuses you have to make to have a man and be in a relationship is beyond my abilities. But good luck, ladies.
Is you need to get some help. You need to get some help.
Ain't that so funny? Ain't that so funny? Ain't that so funny?
Ladies, y'all do not have the options that you think you have. The grass is not greener on the other side. Stay with your baby daddy before you get bent over and left by one of these dudes in your DMs.
And I 100% approve that message. The fact that many modern women have still not cracked the code to understand that most men are just average guys. Let's be real. They'll probably say and do whatever they need to dig, decimate, dismantle, and destroy your guts. Now, here's the kicker. What they choose to do after that, and will they take you off the market? When you're able to answer that question, therein lies the truth to everything you need to know.
So I've been hearing a lot of talk that men aren't protecting women anymore. And that's because men aren't supposed to protect women. A man is supposed to protect a woman.
What do you mean by that?
Now, if you want to be strong and independent and not have a husband there and have a man's protection, be under a man's covering, that is your problem. My husband signed up to protect me, not you. He signed up to protect me and the children. He is not jumping in front of a bullet. He is not putting himself in danger to make sure you are okay, so he could possibly lose his life and leave me alone with the kids. That would never occur to him, so I'm sorry. Why don't you pick a husband, get the protection you feel you deserve so badly, and solve your own problem? Because it's not my husband's.
I sent you to the royal wedding. Simple instructions. Don't cause an international incident.
I'll be back.